Good Friday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. Well, here you go. It's here. The rain that we've been talking about all week has been moving into our area today. And as we mentioned yesterday, today was really that transition day where the clouds started building in. We had a few peaks of sunshine early this morning, and then really throughout mid-morning to afternoon, it was pretty much an overcast sky all day long. And then we started watching the showers coming in. In fact, some of the rain that came in earlier over parts of North Georgia was not making it to the ground at first. Our temperatures at the surface were pretty much in the 60s. The dew points were still low. And it took some of that rain falling into the dry air and evaporating in order for it to get more moist there to sustain the actual showers to make it down toward the ground. And that eventually happened first in North Georgia. Then we were tracking these showers that were coming in from Alabama. If you were watching us tonight at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, we were showing you these. And by 6 o'clock, they were crossing over the state line into our far western counties. And then we were talking about that progression of that rain moving into the metro Atlanta area. And we have that over us now. It is mainly light rain over us at this point, but we do have some pockets in some areas with a little more moderate rain. You can kind of see here in parts of northwest Georgia, this is one of those pockets here, again, coming out of Alabama, moving through Floyd County. See the yellows and oranges here? Nothing strong, nothing severe, nothing really too heavy. It's just more moderate rain that's pushing through Floyd County. That is about to move into Bartow County, about to cross over 75 here, right at the Bartow and Gordon County line between Calhoun and the Cartersville area, where we have this coming through. Some of this more moderate rain is moving through Rome. I'm going to show you that tower cam here in just a moment. And then when we're looking at this yellow color and orange color, that's where we're talking about, I'll put this into live mode here, where we're talking about that more moderate rain. So here you see it from Rome, also down into Polk County, and then here in these areas of Paulding County, the yellow there indicates some moderate rain too. That's going to push into Cobb. We already have a little bit of that right now in northwest Cobb County, some of that moderate rain. And that's going to keep moving over toward the east. And we'll even go down on the south side here. And there are a couple of other pockets of that yellow and orange, those more moderate rain showers. This in Douglasville there along I-20 and south of I-20. We have this down 85 through South Fulton County. Some of that moving into Fayette. Also here, these showers a little heavier, more moderate there of the Spalding and Fayette County line, pushing down into parts of Meriwether County too, and Pike and Lamar County. We'll get in on some of that. And then here in Atlanta, mainly light rain, but there you see, I'll get in a little bit tighter here, one little pocket right there on the east side of the downtown connector, moving over toward these spots here right on the DeKalb-Fulton County line. That yellow color there indicating a couple of those pockets of the moderate rain that continues to move on through. So again, nothing too heavy. We don't have any thing severe. I'm not seeing any lightning strikes. Let me do a lightning count. I got a message from someone just a little while ago saying they thought they saw a flash of lightning, but they never heard the thunder. I'm just going to scan the whole area. Yeah, and over the past 15 minutes, we haven't had any lightning strikes, and we really don't expect to see much here in our area. It is possible, though, overnight and toward tomorrow morning, when we see a few more of these pockets of moderate and even heavy rain, that there could be some of those rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning, but we don't expect anything to turn severe out of that. So here's another broad look at the motion of this coming in from the west, moving over toward the east. So there's more of this coming in, and we need it. We need this rain to keep pushing in. And the good thing about it is nothing is really severe or anything as it moves on through. So here is another look coming out of Alabama. These additional showers that are over in Birmingham, into Anniston, Lineville, down toward Alexander City, all of this still has to push through during the later nighttime hours as well. And then here is a view of our satellite and radar, which is both the clouds and the rain on top here. And you can see how all this wraps around back into parts of Tennessee, Mississippi, northern parts of Alabama, and that's going to keep feeding into our area during the nighttime hours. So much needed rain coming through. If you'll recall, we ended up 2025, with a deficit of about 8.8 inches, almost 9 inches below average in rainfall. So this is not going to wipe out that deficit that we kind of have been building on, from this past year. And it's also not going to wipe out the drought, but at least this will help a little bit. We'll take any type of rain that we can get. We're just thankful that this is not a severe weather system that is pushing through our area. I want to show you some of the tower cams, and I'll put this on live for you. Well, before I do that, let me just show you our what to expect here through those overnight hours. We already have the rain now, but it's going to be between midnight and about 7, 8, 9 in the morning where we see the main concentration of rain moving through, and there's that potential that it would be moderate to heavy at times, and again, some of those rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning, but we don't really expect to see any type of severe weather here pushing on through. So this is what we're going to be watching for through those overnight hours. Here's a look at some of those tower cams. This is in Rome, in northwest Georgia. And as that light just changed there, you saw the street kind of turn from red to green. That's the reflection of those street lights and traffic signals on the road. And the flags aren't blowing that much, but if you look here along the downtown streets, you can kind of see in those lights where we do have some of those raindrops that are coming down. They're visible to you, especially on the very bottom of your screen. Look at those street lights there, where you can see the rain going through those lights. And yeah, it's coming down at a pretty good little pace there, that light to moderate showers. Now, from this camera, Northside Hospital, we're looking north up Georgia 400 there at the King and Queen building. And you see the lights on the roads, and of course you see the lights on the buildings, but where you can tell that there's rain, look at the parking deck on the lower right-hand side of the screen. That's right there at Northside Hospital, one of those parking decks there. And the light is reflecting on that, indicating the wetness that we have going on right there on the north side. And then speaking of more water on the roads, this is up in Blue Ridge, where again, there's another one of those traffic lights reflecting red there on the road. And at the bottom of the screen there, just to the right, okay, now it just turned green, just to the right of that Christmas tree that's lighting up, or actually to the left of that, on that road, you can see those puddles there where the raindrops are coming in. Again, that gives you an indication of the rate of rainfall that we're seeing with some of these showers. And then this is our view here from DeKalb County, right on the DeKalb line and the Fulton County line at Arizona Avenue, looking westward toward the city. And of course, you don't see the individual raindrops, but you can tell with those clouds and the visibility there to Atlanta, we do have some rain that is coming down right now. A few minutes ago when I was looking at this, the visibility was even a little bit lower and you couldn't even see the buildings. We were only seeing just a few of these lights there that were flashing, but now we're seeing those buildings a little bit better. So this is really what we're going to be seeing through the rest of the evening tonight, and then more of those pockets of moderate to even potential for some heavy rain coming in during the overnight hours too. Now, as I've been saying, we're not concerned about a severe weather threat. As you can see, the color here on this map is the light green, which is indicating just general showers and thunder showers. It's not out of the question that we could have a few rumbles of thunder and flashes of lightning, mainly overnight or early tomorrow morning, as the system continues to move on through, but nothing that would be to severe limits, which would be winds of 57 miles an hour or greater, or hail an inch in diameter or greater. Now, we will be watching, though, on Saturday, as the system pushes down toward the south, there may be a little bit more instability mixing in with this in parts of middle Georgia and also South Georgia, also into the southern parts of Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, northern Florida, even parts of southeastern South Carolina, where there could be enough instability to give us a few isolated stronger storms. It would be that level 1 of 5 risk. That's the lowest risk level. And that would be just some isolated stronger storms. I really think the main risks, if any develop, would be damaging winds, maybe some small hail. But the Storm Prediction Center did say it's not a zero risk for a brief isolated spin up to occur, but those chances would be really on the low end. So that severe weather threat is south of Atlanta. We'll keep an eye on Upson County here. Also, they're north of Macon. They're in Monroe County and over toward Gray, Georgia, Georgia and Jones County, where there could be some of those stronger storms. But I really think most of this is going to stay well to the south of any of our viewing area. But just something to watch during the day tomorrow. But we're on the better side, the more stable side of what we're kind of watching out there. Here's a look at the Almanac, where you see the high today that was 62 degrees in the middle of the afternoon. That's above average. We should be around 54. And speaking of above average, our low this morning was 46 degrees. We should be around 36 for this time of year. And the reason that temperature was a little warmer, a little milder, is because we had more moisture in the atmosphere kind of building in. The dew points have been rising, and we had the cloud cover that was also building in. And as we said over and over again, then when you have that cloud cover, it's almost like a blanket over you, holding in some of the warmth that we had from yesterday. So that's what we experienced there this morning. In fact, you've got those lower temperatures in the 40s this morning, and then we were hovering there, 61, 60, 61 again. It's around noontime and just afternoon, where in between these hourlies, we bumped up to that 62 degree reading for the high. And then as the cloud cover continued and we started seeing some of that rain moving in, now we're dropping down 53 degrees as our temperature here at the 9 o'clock hour. So you see that 53 over Atlanta. We don't really have a wide range of temperatures all around, thanks to the clouds. Now when we have clear skies, a lot of times some areas cool off a lot faster than others with what we call radiational cooling. But with all the cloud cover and all the moisture in place right now, we're seeing pretty uniform temperatures, generally low to mid 50s. We do have some 40s though in North Georgia, up in Dalton and Blairsville, but not that big range that we normally see here at this time of night when we have clear skies. We will see by morning temperatures in the lower 50s, right around 51 degrees. And it's going to be the morning hours when we see that better chance for a few showers around. But I do think that's going to be tapering off pretty quickly and moving down to the south. By mid-morning, I think most of us will no longer be seeing any rain, but these clouds are going to be stubborn to break. Late afternoon into the early evening, we might see those clouds breaking up a little bit more here, but high temperatures getting up to about 59 degrees. It'll be just a few degrees cooler than we were out there for today. So here's the forecast track. I'm going to put this on full screen for you so you can see this a little bit better. I'm going to just kind of walk you through what we're going to see here. Watch the timeline at the top of the screen, and we'll walk you through tonight through 10 o'clock. Those pockets of moderate to heavy rain. 3 o'clock in the morning, still a pretty good coverage of that rain around, but beginning to see some breaks between 3 and 6 o'clock as that main area of rain shifts down to the south of us. But still, even though that main area is moving down toward the south, we'll still have a few spotty showers here on the north side until I'm thinking before lunchtime. This is at noon. I really think that most of that rain is going to be out of here by the time we get to the noontime hour, but we're still going to have these clouds even going into about 5 o'clock, a pretty good coverage of clouds. But notice to the north of us, that's where we're going to start seeing some of these breaks. And those breaks in the clouds will keep filtering in during the evening hours on Saturday and into Sunday. And I really think that on Sunday, we will see more sunshine around. Things are going to be looking pretty good out there for your Sunday afternoon with comfortable temperatures in the upper 50s. And then going into next week, it's going to get warmer. We stay dry Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll see a couple of clouds mixing in with the sunshine here on your Monday. But we're talking about warming even into the lower 70s on Wednesday and Thursday. But with that, we're going to have a little bit more moisture moving in. In fact, our moisture map shows that blue color, which is a little more moist air. The purple is the dry air that we've had. So that's being replaced by this moisture sweeping through, and then it'll start drying out late Saturday into Sunday. Look at that turning purple there with that dry air for the first part of the week. So that'll be feeling good and looking nice. But then a little more moisture starts building in. That moves in on Wednesday. See, there's not a lot of it though. That's why we're just going with a 20% chance for a shower for Wednesday and Thursday. And then going into Friday, a little bit more of this moisture pushes in, and we're bumping up the rain chances a little bit more to about 30% on Friday. The jury's still out on what to expect next Saturday, but what I'm seeing right now, I think that some of this moisture will still be around to give us some rain chances moving into next Saturday as well. So here's what we're watching so far here on your 7-day outlook, where we have those rain chances overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. 59 for the high. It'll be clearing out. The rain will be over around before lunch, really. And then clouds trying to break up late afternoon, mainly into the evening. That gives us mostly sunny skies Sunday with a high of 58. 60s Monday and Tuesday with dry conditions. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, 20% chance for showers, but look at those highs in the lower 70s. Friday, back to 69 degrees as that rain chance comes back up to about 30%. So we're going to keep an eye on this rain moving through tonight. And of course, Nicole Hartford will be here with you early tomorrow morning, tracking the showers as they're pushing through. So we'll have more updates for you. I'll have another update here on 11 Alive Plus coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. So we hope you have a great night tonight watching that rain and sleeping to the sound of the rain out your window. And we hope you have a great weekend too.